I want to know what you guys think about that attempt to media to try to minimize this thing and to turn this whole thing into a little messy situation. What were you guys' opinions about that? Or is that even relevant?
Well, I think it became relevant in some circles. However, I did not hear the same kind of dialogue, for an example, in New Hampshire. New Hampshire, we know the basic population in New Hampshire, but when I get to South Carolina, I hear a totally different mode of dialogue in terms of who the voter is in New Hampshire, in South Carolina. I think the important thing is that we simply focus on voters, eligible voters. And what happened with the media making all of those innuendos, I think for those who may be less experienced in voting, I think they probably took it at heart, and in some way it influenced them negatively. Okay?
I think also another factor is that the media want to influence the voters too.
That's right.
And I think that was a major factor. If by all of the negative publicity on race had really sold, they were hoping, I believe, that they would split, particularly the black vote. See, because there were those in our community who supported the Clinton campaign, and those, of course, who supported Obama. So if they could get enough of those powerful black folks speaking for Clinton, I believe they thought that that would help to dilute the vote for Obama. But the more they talked against Obama, it seems the more the people said, let's support him.
Let's support him. Okay.
And that's what we saw happen tonight. So it really goes right back to what our elders used to tell us. When you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because you could very well be the one to fall in first.
Amen.
And when you look at it, Obama didn't really go tit for tat with those attacks on him. He instead went forward to share the truth about what it is that they were trying to make look like was so negative. The matter about Resco, what was his name? Resco, remember the slum lord? He brought out the truth of what that whole relationship was about, which is what we needed to hear so that he could just put it to rest for those people. And much of the other negative talk that we heard, he brought the truth forward that shut their mouths. And I think that is what helped convince the South Carolinians to say, hey, we can support this candidate still, because they have not tarnished him as they had hoped that they would do.
Right. And we have to understand the importance and the role of the media. If you listened to the Democratic debate the other night, even the questions were swayed and developed and presented to arouse this racial tension and this gender, particularly the racial tension. The questions even that were posed. So the media is very, very important.
Well, that's the one thing that Clinton said to the media that made me very satisfied.
Okay.
You all live off of this. Well, this is what you want. You know, you don't care about these people of South Carolina. You just care about creating a situation for you to be able to do what you have to do.
Right.
I like that he said.
Right, right.
And no doubt, you know, if you're the media and you're reporting the story, you're expecting viewers are going to listen to what you have to say. And so that way you get a chance to influence not only the voter's mind, but you get to sell more commercials and make more money as a member of the media. So I think all of these factors came into play.
With the primaries and caucuses in New Hampshire and Iowa, there was a change. Okay, that's when the race came up. that was deliberately done. I would say it was very deliberately done. And the ammunition was given to the media. So they had something to go on. This whole the whole campaign up to that point had been two people running for all of America.
Right. You're
Talking
right.
It
about
was
just the
all
issues.
of America. And it was only at some point that one of the surrogates introduced race into this campaign.
Right.
Okay.
And that one instance of introducing it into the campaign gave the media all the ammunition that it needed
And they
to go
only
ahead
need
and
just
take
a
it.
little bit of charge, right?
And they went on
they
and
need.
took it. But then too, when you listen carefully to a lot of those media reports, you'll find that you're dealing with professional campaigners.
Right.
And the professional campaigner who introduced the race into this campaign does that with any other issue that they want to. They would sway anything, and they know they can get away with it. They say it and they retract it.
Right.
Oh, well, I didn't mean that. But you did mean it. And
That's
you knew
right.
they knew what they were doing when they put it out there.
And once
Up
you
to that
plant
point,
that
because
seed, it's going to have some impact.
it happened. And it could have happened earlier if it was just the media doing that.
Right.
It could have happened in Iowa. It could have happened in New Hampshire. It did not happen until that surrogate went out and made the statement.